Well, I do like books. And to be fair, quite a few people actually asked for book recommendations, so let's get into some. Okay, so for those of you who are just looking to start out with death positivity, I recommend this book, You Died, an anthology of the afterlife. It's a really easy read because it's actually a graphic novel, and it features a bunch of different stories from several authors and several cultures. So it touches on a lot of different perspectives of death positivity. And speaking of death in different cultures, I also have From Here to Eternity from Caitlin Doty. You're going to see her name pop up quite a bit. She's also got a YouTube channel called Ask a Mortician, which is another great resource for death positivity content. Anyway, this book's really cool because it kind of compares different approaches in different cultures and looks at how maybe we could change our perspective a little bit. Her books are really easy reads, but if you find yourself more interested in the anthropology of death, then I would suggest Celebrations of Death. This is by Peter Metcalf and Richard Huntington, and it kind of has more of a historical perspective on death. Another book I really like is The Beauty of What Remains by Steve Later. I don't have a copy of it right now, but it is a great book. He's a death positive rabbi, and he has some really, really insightful things to say. I'll include a couple quotes here so you guys get an idea. Now, if you're looking to take on death positivity head on, including all the painful truths around it, I would recommend this book. It's Die Wise by Stephen Jenkinson, and it's incredible. He basically says that it is mankind's responsibility to be death positive and that we should be seeking this information out. If you're looking for a quick read, then Science and Spirituality by Joseph J. Berger is a really good one. It basically talks about how the spirituality of death and the science of death can still go hand in hand, and how in some ways, science might even support some of these ideas. Now, if you're interested in what death in America looks like today, I have 3 great books from 3 great ladies to recommend. The first is Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doty, and she has a really lighthearted perspective about what it's like to work in a crematory. The next is Past Mortems, Life and Death Behind Mortuary Doors by Carla Valentine. And Carla's also a death professional, but she is a pathology technician, so a completely different perspective. And the next is The Good Death, An Exploration of Dying in America by Ann Newman. This book touches on all different kinds of death topics, including end-of-life care and right-to-die movements. If you are in a position of caretaking for someone who might be passing, or maybe you have been in that position, then I have 2 books to recommend as well. Final Gifts by Maggie Callanan and Patricia Kelly, and The Art of Death Midwifery by Jolyn St. Pierre. Both of these books touch on self-care practices for yourself, as well as how to be supportive for people who are transitioning. I actually didn't even get through my whole library, so if you guys want a part 2 to this later, let me know.